From Season 7, Call of Duty Mobile tries to be more realistic because they are going to introduce a new mechanism called Bullet Impact. This leak is brought to you by leakers on duty. Make sure you go and check them out. Link is in the description. Now you already know there is hit range in Call of Duty Mobile. It causes the aim to be thrown off track while taking damage, meaning when you are being shot, your aim will not stay in the same position. Right now, the hit range is same for every gun in the game. For an example, if you are being shot at by a pistol or a light machine gun, you will feel the same hit range, which is very unrealistic, right? So let me take two examples, Mac 10 and RPD. Mac 10 is a much lighter gun compared to the RPD. It uses much light ammo, and if you take RPD can wallbang you even without the FMG perk. Therefore, realistically, the hit range caused by RPD should be higher than Mac 10. That's what they are going to adjust. And there is also a formula to calculate the total hit range. That is Bullet Impact Index multiplied by Defender's hit range. Now this Defender's hit range can be changed using the Toughness perk because you get 60% less hit range. But the Attacker's Bullet Impact Index, it has its own value. For an example, in the test server, all light machine guns have a bullet impact of 2 and all snipers have a bullet impact of 3. This simply means that the hit range caused by snipers are 50% more than the hit range caused by the light machine guns. Currently there is no information about submachine guns or assault rifles, but I believe they will be less than 2. However, in the test server version, only certain weapon classes received general bullet impact index, which means all light machine guns will have the same bullet impact index. But in future versions, other weapons and attachments will have different bullet impact index through balance patches. That means even in the same class, different guns will have different bullet impact index. Now I hope you guys understand how this new mechanism works. Let's also quickly take a look at the test server balance changes. Now remember, these are from the test server, therefore they are subjected to change anytime. They have nerfed the SVD, but this nerf is from multiplayer only. They have decreased the lower arm damage multiplier from 1.4 to 1.3. And they have also decreased damage from 80, 70 to 78, 75, 70. So now we are going to see 3 ranges. That means range is decreased from 30 meters to 15 to 30 meters. Type 25 is buffed, now it will have improved reload speed by 13%. They have also done some changes to M4 underbarrel grenade launcher. Now switching to the underbarrel grenade launcher have a switch time. Also the underbarrel grenade launcher now have its own unique inspection and ADS animation. The underbarrel launch ammo is increased by 1. BK57 now have improved reload speed by 13%. DRH is also buffed. The reload speed is increased by 9.5%. The KN44's hit range is now decreased from 0.65 to 0.55. SM10 is also buffed. Now the tactical reload speed is increased by 7%. Ransom barrel has been nerfed multiple times. They are going to buff it again, but not by a huge margin. They have just increased the leg damage multiplier from 0.9 to 1. GKS is buffed. Now it will have decreased aim shake, improved reload speed by 7% and improved range profile from 9 to 9.5. That is the closest range. QXR's monolithic suppressor range improved by 12% to 18%. That's a huge buff. And the marksman barrel ADS time penalty is decreased from 15% to 8%. That is another huge buff. For the kilobolt action, decrease ADS time from 360 milliseconds to 330 milliseconds. When it comes to J358, they have decreased the vertical recoil by 30%. That's very interesting. Also the shotgun HS2126 now will have improved reload speed by 30%. That's basically because they have changed the reload animation. So now it will reload faster. M13's reload speed also increased by 11%. Moving away from the guns, the operator skill equalizer now have increased ammo capacity. Now it is 200 instead of 160. This will be probably because we are going to get a new game mode that only allow us to use the equalizer. We'll talk about that later in the video. The Guardian will now deal a damage of 30 per second instead of 20. That is great because Guardian is useless right now. They should really buff it. The sticky grenade's detonation time after being thrown is reduced from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. EMP grenade is also buffed. Now the effective range is increased from 8 meters to 9 meters. And they have also decreased the maximum effective time to sell from 2 seconds to 1 second. The Dauntless perk now have improved burning damage reduction from 30% to 40%. They have increased it. The unit support perk now have improved scoring ratio. That means they also increased the teammate shared operator skill charge from 30% to 40% and decreased personal operator skill charge from 60% to 50%. Tracker perk tracking time is increased from 4 seconds to 6 seconds. Now after 4 years they have finally changed it, I guess. The child perks is sprint to fire reduction is increased from 10% to 15%. When it comes to Battle Royale, the Scout class is buffed. Now the teammates can also see friendly sensor dart radius on the minimap correctly. Wait, does that mean it was wrong all these years? Also now the teammates can see the red dot on the minimap and enemy silhouette. Silhouette is the enemy location you see through the walls, like a dark outline. At the end of Season 6, we can expect 2 more lucky draws. These are not coming to the For You, these are actually coming to your store. The first lucky draw we are going to get is the Graveyard Shift draw. This draw has a legendary Locus and Gunso anti-hero skin, one of my favorite Gunso skins, which is very different from other Gunso skins we have in the game. The Locus Demonic Breath is also a fan favorite because compared to the Locus skins we have, this one is more like an epic Locus, which has a round scope and feels so familiar when you use it. The kill effect is interesting as well. We will also get the Solstice draw with Urban Tracker Enforcer and SPR208 Dual Persona that changes its color by its own. One of my favorite legendaries out there. And what do you guys think about these 2 draws return? Are you happy about it? Let me know in the comment section. That is not all. There are 3 game modes we can expect in Season 7. This link is brought to you by Umber Gamer. Make sure you go and subscribe him. Link is in the description and in the comment section. In the first game mode, we have a movement mechanic that is similar to Power Slide in Black Ops 3 and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, whereas player is allowed to slide with more momentum. However, it looks like the player is not able to change the direction while sliding, which means it is more like the boost slide from Advanced Warfare. Also, the only operator skill you can use in this game mode is the Equalizer, and it recharges very quickly. The second game mode is fairly easy to explain. It works just like any other multiplayer game mode, but you will have to take out your enemies as fast as you can because the UAV is always on, and also you cannot use the Ghost perk to counter it. So you know your enemy's location, enemies know your location. What else are you going to do instead of fighting? Then we move on to the third game mode. This mode is very fun. All you have to do is we have the offensive side and the defensive side. If you're in the offensive side, you have a robo that will slowly move along the path you see on the map. But you have to make sure the path is clear because the defensive side will try to kill you and make this path red. If that happens, the robo will not move. There is also a timer. So if you are playing in the offensive side, you have to make sure the robo go to the end of the path before the time runs out. And if you are on the defensive side, you have to make sure that robo will never reach the end until the time runs out. It's as simple as that. It doesn't look like we will get the Seaside map in Season 6, which means it will be pushed to Season 7. This multiplayer map is featured in Call of Duty Black Ops 4, and the map is set within a Spanish city in the aftermath of an anti-government protest. Although this is a medium to small size map with fast gameplay, there's a slope from west to east, and when you move along it, you will find a water fountain and also a destroyed church. There are also wine cellars, coffee shops, and plenty of tanks and monuments all around the map, and you can use them for cover. There is also a tower that oversees the entire middle courtyard. Now, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, this map has 2 versions, the normal version and the sunset version. I believe the sunset version looks so good, just like the Fire Range remastered. I really wish if they bring both these versions to the game, but we'll never know.